We are back. Don't forget to save your game. It's always something you want to do. Anyway, back from Truthful Sentiment, SonicFiend, Darkrai. God's fucking game, man.
Why would you want to save this game at all?
Ugh. Save a horrible time in your life to go back to when you overcome a struggle.
To treasure it.
No, there's use for this game. Do what our good buddy Tamari does. Use it as a dust collector.
Ah, yes.
Doesn't everything she use just collect dust?
At some point or another.
For a second, it almost looked like they were about to go into like a freezer, or like some kind of meat locker.
Yeah. Hello, not Shadow. And Dan Green.
It's Shadow's Shadow.
No, this is
eyes.
This is the beta design for Eclipse the Darkling. Get it right.
Those eyes
I'm
are
my
awesome.
own original fan character, Shad Blick.
Blado.
Yeah, Blado.
Blado.
Or Bado.
Where the fuck you got that Chaos Emerald, we will never know.
I'll kill you.
I see it now. It's always been inside of me.
Actually, what I could have said for that pan of Sonic standing amongst the fire was, "You will never know the hatred that burns within."
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Oh, that takes me back to AMV days. Oh god,
Come
there were so
darkness.
many. There were so many like GMVs of this game around that era.
Yes.
You think so?
No shit.
He also sounded just like me.
Also, pay attention here, because this is the only time we'll ever see Tails with fangs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we do. I guess we had to remind people who didn't know before that, you know, he's a fucking fox.
Yeah.
Knuckles looks so angry.
Really? He looks more
Yeah, I said now he looks confused. Like, what's that? What's that up there?
Who?
I don't
understand anything.
I just love how Knuckles just stops caring, like, at so many points in this game. Like, he just doesn't give a fuck.
You don't really play as Knuckles much throughout this, do you?
No.
You play as Knuckles in Flame Core, which is the stage we're about to do, and then you play as him in Aquatic Base. And that's it.
No way!
And it's that Knuckles part of this stage coming up that, you know, pretty much like made Game Grumps famous, broke Aaron. Everyone knows this, but
The infamous wall glitch. Oh, what? Also, like, why was Tails, like, so amazed by a Chaos Emerald back there? You've been hunting these things since the first game.
Well, the second game.
again.
Have either of you played the smartphone ports of Sonic 1 and 2?
I have not, though I do know that you have to actually buy those. They're really cheap, but, like...
Yeah.
It's just like...
A lot of people praise them as, like, the best ports of Sonic's 1 and 2, because, you know,
they are
Taxman.
pretty good. The Sonic 1 port not only adds the elemental shields from Sonic 3 and the spin dash from 2,
Wow.
but it also adds an option to include the 7th Emerald.
Wow.
So you can go Super Sonic in Sonic 1.
I mean, hey man, I'm all for adding spin dash in Sonic 1. That's pretty much one of the main things that keeps me from really enjoying it. I feel like Sonic 1 hasn't really aged all that well. Like, I feel like Sonic CD is essentially what Sonic 1 should have been.
Whoa!
Be careful not to fall off here. It's almost as if I'm going fast enough to be able to fall off by a mistake.
Now, not to distract too much from what's going on screen, but, you know, Sonic 1 was, you know, the very first game, so they didn't really think that far ahead, I don't think. And it's just...
Yeah.
It's more like 2 and, by extension, 3 and Knuckles expanded so much upon it, that's just like, 1 was... It was good.
Yeah, 1... the biggest problem I actually have with is not even it not having spin dash. It's a lot of the stages. A lot of the stages just end up frustrating me a lot more than I remember.
Marble Zone was definitely like a late game stage that, for whatever reason, made it as the second zone.
Dude, like, I cannot stand Marble. I cannot stand... Oh my god, Labyrinth is like one of my... Ugh, I hate that stage. Labyrinth Zone is one of my most hated Sonic stages ever.
Whoa, dear!
Yep.
That's a bad.
Laps any minute. Doesn't matter.
But
though.
fear not, folks. We have a tactic we can abuse in this level. Essentially, anytime that I have Sonic fall in the lava, I can use the invincibility that he gets, like after being hit. I can just kind of stroll through the lava pool for a little bit and just jump to the next platform, like this.
What happened to all your one-ups, by the way? Didn't you have like a good few?
He died a lot. Remember?
No.
Crisis City, man. The Mach Speed section.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Among other things.
Flame Core is actually one of the... This is actually probably one of my, like, favorite stages. Not that it actually has good design and is an actual good stage, oh hell no. But in terms of this one, you really don't run into a lot of problems. And like I said, you can abuse the whole invincibility thing to get across the lava and, like, get the platforms. There's a lot of alternate paths. Like, Flame Core is a pretty consistent stage in terms of, like, not pissing you off.
Yeah, you say not one of your favorites. Like, I know what you were trying to say. I would use the term, like, least offensive.
There you go. There you go.
Also, be careful. Yep. Too many times where I light dashed there and just fell.
Yeah.
It's not even a bottomless pit. There's a bottom, but you will die anyway.
Uh-huh.
That seems to be a consistent thing with the light dash, where sometimes it just... You will start the light dash, but you won't go forward along the trail of rings. You'll just go off in a direction.
Mm-hmm. Like,
it definitely
this
happens
trail
in
coming
Sonic
up.
Heroes.
Oh, okay. Got it that time.
Yep.
It happens in Heroes. It happens in Adventure 2 sometimes. I never saw it happen in 1.
I never had that problem in SA2, actually.
Also, to quote the Legend of the Dragoon, Volcano!
Let's go toward the volcano, the active volcano with all the lava and death.
How the fuck would an anthropomorphic hedgehog survive the inside of a volcano? I will never know.
And never forget, Sonic the Hedgehog can breathe in an active volcano, can somehow get air in space. He even survived Beijing in the 2008 Olympic Games, but he cannot breathe underwater.
He can also hold 7 Chaos Emeralds without pockets.
Well, anyone can do that.
And I mean, that's the thing. If he can survive, if he's not melting right now from the inside of a volcano, it's just like, imagine if him and Mario were to duke it out in Death Battle again, and just like, they would just bring up the fact like, oh yeah, Fire Mario would be useless, by the way, because Sonic can survive the inside of a volcano. This isn't even the first time that he survived inside a volcano.
Breathing, you say that, breathing, volcanic ash and being burned to death are two distinctly different things. Fireball still hurt. You got clipped by a meteor just before you got in here. Also, one of the very rare instances of invincibility in this game. It's a power.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Yeah, like, don't expect to run into the invincibility box a lot. If you do, like, you have to really go out of your way to really, like, find a secret passage to one.
To very briefly double back on what Sonic was just saying about Sonic. What was that? What for? What was that for? Why'd you do that?
It's
anyway.
dark.
I'm surprised that in Sonic Generations they didn't include Doomsday Zone as like one of the boss levels.
Yeah, I mean they brought in a Death Egg robot. I guess they assumed there was enough.
One of the most iconic fights in Sonic.
There.
It's funny too because there were just, I mean, like I said, there's still to this day a lot of stages I wish got into the official, like all versions of Generations. I mean, luckily, what makes me really not that frustrated about it anymore is that, like, you have the PC version of Sonic Generations, which is amazing because of, like, all the hard work the fans have put into of, like, mods of a bunch of Sonic stages. Like, it's ridiculous. There's so much detail.
I'd just like to point out that Knuckles just really lacks a sense of momentum when he runs.
Oh yeah, you should see him when he's climbing, and that shouldn't have happened.
Those boxes started to float.
Yes.
Yep.
So Knuckles the Echidna, he can glide, he can punch, everything he could do in SAs 1 and 2 except dig, because you don't really need to dig in this game. You're not hunting for anything.
Yeah. Thank
God. But he doesn't cling to walls very well.
Which, actually, I hate to say, but I don't run into that problem in this part.
Damn. We could have relived Aaron's agony.
But, we shall relive that agony in Aquatic Base.
Oh,
thanks,
good.
Knuckles. He didn't really do much, but okay.
Thanks, Knuckles, for turning on those orbs that I literally did in a previous section before yours. So
Ow.
why did we need to dedicate a section to you doing the same thing I just did?
See, now if you time that wrong, like those spring chains and, you know, onto that dash pad, if the lava rose up, you couldn't avoid it whatsoever. It just happened to subside when you got there.
I love how he's saying whoa and he's not even falling yet.
Yeah, that was a little dramatic.
You don't have to fall in that section, you just got clipped by something.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was actually deathless, wasn't it?
I think so, yes. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, Flame Core, it's the most consistent, man. This is actually the stage that I'm just like, whenever I have to replay it, I'm like, you know what? I'm fine with this. Flame Core, you don't piss me off. You don't rape my wife. You don't take my children. All you do is you come over, you have some coffee, we talk, and you leave.
Thank goodness for small mercies.
Sure, let's go with that.
Sure. Anyway, it's
Not the
it's
anagram I
hammer
would
time.
use,
It's hammer time with MC Shadow.
Don't touch it.
What the fuck is this thing? Ew.
Luckily, the game is about to tell us exactly who it is.
My slutty voice implies that I am disgusted. Meh.
Lazy lava effects.
Grr.
I'm a worm.
Yes, it's
Brr.
Iblis.
Yep, this is the big bad that Silver's been chasing. A giant flame.
Looks like a reject for a Godzilla monster.
Now, really, when you get to see, like, its other form that Silver fights in his future, it's a lot more... At least it's a lot more to glance at than just a worm, but even then, it's also just kind of like... There's still nothing that really great about you. This is pretty much the Sonic game that started the whole thing of... Let's have Sonic now fight these like, boss characters and villains that don't look like they even belong in a Sonic game. They look like they just belong in something completely different.
This is easily my least favorite boss in the entire game.
For good reason.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Well, actually, I don't know. It's between this and, like, the Egg Wyvern.
At least the Egg Wyvern is actively doing shit. You're just literally waiting for platforms and hoping to God you don't get sunk.
This boss has the same function as enemies do in most Legend of Zelda games, but it doesn't work for Sonic because you're just waiting for him to attack so you can attack him.
This could actually be a really awesome, like, Ocarina of Time boss, or like a Link to the Past / Link Between Worlds boss. If it was like Zelda design, but with Sonic, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's just kind of clunky and annoying.
Maybe
and
Sonic had
really
a hookshot type thing that'll, let him skip waiting for platforms.
Exactly, and what also really bothers me is that this music is too epic for a boring-ass boss like this.
This track is even that good. At least compared to the rest of the soundtrack. IMO.
Oh, my eye!
It's a good boss theme, but it's used on such a boring boss.
It does what it's supposed to do, but...
What was the point of that spring? Why couldn't they have just had you land on the...
on the platform, yeah.
Yeah, rather
and now
than just
you gotta
having you bounce
do it
forward
all
again.
over again. What's worse, we're gonna be revisiting this as Shadow. Ugh.
Yeah, prepare to do this all over again. However, do not fear, I will use my magic editing powers to reduce the amount of time we have to wait and wait and wait for this fucking worm to do something.
Doesn't Silver also have his own fight against Iblis?
Well,
he fights Iblis twice.
His Iblis fight isn't this though.
Yeah, he's actively able to like actually do shit against him. He never has to fight the worm form. And
here's the bullshit. I fucking hate
Yep.
this. Hate it so much.
Yeah, so now, at this point, I had to be really extra careful, because dying on this boss, you don't want to do it, because they're, like, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but there's absolutely no checkpoints when it comes to bosses, so.
Begrudgingly.
I do kind of like the design for Iblis, at least in regards to the face. The face is interesting, but the rest is just kind of meh.
You were off to a good start with, like, the face, and then you can just kind of... And it's kind of like that for both of his forms. Like, both of his forms, the face is fine, but everything else, like, it's like you got really lazy.
Mephiles is definitely one of the highlights of this game.
Which we won't be seeing for quite a while.
Good, good Sonic villain. Which is saying a lot, because... Like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Sonic the Hedgehog universe is lacking in really complex and cool
Which
villains.
is funny because, like, his entire thing is, you know, spoiler alert, oh, he wants to kill Sonic to make Elise cry to her, but not once does Mephiles ever, like, come into contact or confront Sonic and company.
Until the last story, yeah.
There's only one point in which they're in the same location, and we passed it already.
Ugh, God. We're still here.
Don't antagonize it, Sonic. He's gonna shake his wormy body and throw more stuff at you.
Was that a sexual innuendo?
Make of it what you will.
The way he's wiggling like that when you, like, get the platforms back, like that right there, this looks like he's in church. Praise Jesus!
No, it actually reminds me of the Mold Smalls from Undertale, even though that was a game that came out many years after this one.
I don't think
Is this
either
its
of us
final
have played
phase?
Undertale.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do you have to hit it one more time? I can't remember. Because, like, to finish
now
it off, I know he, like, charges the platforms directly.
Yeah, he's gonna charge at me now.
And you better go get some rings now, boy.
What do you think I'm trying to do right now?
Now, if that camera pulled back and, like, made you fall in between those platforms in the lava...
Yeah, I was
That's happened to
really
me before, and I raged.
I was really afraid of that. I just had to take the risk, though.
Okay, good.
It's dazed!
No, you should Dead.
You could have at least let me finish, dick.
You hit my head.
I'm going belly up. Oh, God.
You motherfucker.
Migraines. Pain. The agony.
And there you have it.
At least he's center this time.
Hey, yeah, more or less.
And no death at that, which I was actually quite surprised. Tune in next time when we come back and we take a toast with 2 Chaos Emeralds.
But we still have, like, 5 seconds.
Well,
oh, God!
Bye!